Today I'm going to be talking about recent developments in the last 3 years in VR technology and virtual reality. And there have been a couple things that have happened that make virtual reality a more accessible and a more popular technology. One of those things that makes it more popular is the recent development that has made VR have increased mobility. One of the main complaints with VR has always been how it's hard to be mobile when you have a headset that's like tethered to a computer and cameras in every angle of the room. It's hard to feel like you can move around. And a recent Forbes article reports that the shift from tethered to standalone VR headsets represents a paradigm shift within the immersive ecosystem. Now we have a truly mobile platform that is good enough to facilitate compelling user experiences. And so recently, as you can see in the pictures on the left, there's been an increase in non-tethered mobile VR headsets, and that's given VR a more wide user base as people uh, are having better experiences in that full immersion. The second development has been, as far as a business approach with virtual reality, improved consumer friendliness. While there have been a lot of headsets that are very expensive and hard to access for most consumers, companies like Nintendo have come up with their own versions of virtual reality. And this picture on the right is of the Nintendo Labo, which is almost like a DIY kit for their gaming console, the Nintendo Switch, that allows users to create a virtual reality headset out of these cardboard shapes, similar to Google Cardboard. But as you can see in the picture, these cardboard can take different shapes, such as a camera or a blaster, and that applies to different games, virtual reality games that you can play. And we can see, 7+ age on the box, that virtual reality is appealing to a more wide user base, which has been recent in the last 3 years and has increased the popularity of virtual reality. The third development in virtual reality is better movement. One of the main complaints of virtual reality is the movement, that it's not realistic. Like if you were touring Buckingham Palace, but you were really in your apartment on VR, it's hard to feel like you're walking around that big palace just in your little apartment or room. But recently there's been a development, and you can see in the middle picture, of shoes called cyber shoes that interact with your feet as you're sitting down in such a way that it mimics the movement of whatever virtual reality experience you're having. And as a review article on these shoes states, the act of swinging your feet and twisting around in a chair adds that physical element most VR is missing that can, for many people, alleviate the VR sickness woes. And that's another dimension to this problem that I didn't mention yet, is that VR often gives motion sickness to people because of its break in immersion when it doesn't have accurate movement. And so these shoes can help with that. And that motion sickness has been hard to deal with. And another study done on how the VR technology has developed to combat that says that understanding the sources of motion sickness, especially while using technology, not only has the potential to alleviate discomfort, but also to make VR technology a more widely accessible resource for education, job training, healthcare, and entertainment. And so we see that as VR technology develops in combating motion sickness, like with the cyber shoes, or with even the Nintendo Switch's VR technology, or more mobile headsets, all of these things help users to have more access to VR. And as that happens, as VR is more accessible, in the coming years, we'll see VR take off in more areas and will be applied to more areas, such as healthcare and education. The sources that I used in this presentation came from two review articles, a Forbes article, and as well as the study, which was from the New York University. Thank you.